Ah. Well, it's been a while, huh? Not really sure why I thought it was a good idea to kind of like walk in a very cold environment in this outfit, but I should have transformed. I should have transformed. Oh well. Where? I would expect this place to have changed a little bit more than just this. Well, I mean, I'm not complaining. Something staying the same is, kind of nice, I'd say. I wonder. Can I still... Yep, I still can identify it. Yeah, let me just throw this off before I do something harmful to myself. It's definitely been overgrowing, huh? Let's see. What direction was the... Oh. Guess those little creature's still running around. Let's see. Let's do that stuff. That stuff. That is... That's... Let's do that. No, wait. Then I would have to go there, right? Yeah, no, I think it was that place over there. That would take to the... No, wait. I don't need to kind of set something here, do I? I forgot. Maybe they count on. Maybe they know that, you know, maybe it's been a... Oh, there they are. I think that's them.
You actually came.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I? Oh, well, I guess it kind of your perception would have felt like it would have taken a long time. Oh my God, is it because I'm on the hill here, or? Oh my God, you're tall. Oh, you're tall. I mean, I'm assuming you are Calypso, right?
I am, Patty.
Okay, because I couldn't really, like, something was just. Oh my God, you are way taller.
So good to see you.
Likewise. Hey. I mean, sure, you're not the same height and all, but like, you know, hug. Oh no, you had to lean over. You had to lean over to hug me. Oh. I don't know how to feel about this. I guess you still.
Far too long.
I guess you still have more growing to do.
I I'm not sure what the future has in store for me.
I guess so. I I've been this height for like a year, a couple of years now, and I'm a little jealous, I guess.
But you also changed a little bit, haven't you?
Uh, well, I mean, I guess, but like, I don't think I've really changed much in terms of um, height. I get, or like appearance wise, since yeah, no, I don't think I changed much. Maybe I was a little bit more. No, no, no. Uh, well,
Would you like to drink something?
uh, yeah, sure thing. I appreciate that.
Sounds good. This way.
You seem to uh, what's the word I'm looking for here? You seem to have picked up your mom's soft-spoken voice a little more.
I have picked up quite a lot of things.
Whoop.
I think you and we have quite a lot of things to catch up on.
I don't know how much from my end. A lot of stuff that I could say is basically could be chalked up to saying same old, same old.
Don't be so humble, Patty. I'd be interested to hear anything of your stories.
Sure, I suppose. Not 10 months. 10 years. They've been they're like 10 years. As far as Clip's point of view is concerned,
It's
it's
been
10
going
years.
well, you know. Everything.
Mm. Well, I'm glad to hear that. It doesn't seem like there was much. I guess much in the way of like too many emergencies as of late that I've been hearing. I mean, I guess the biggest point of concern I heard recently was through the crystal. At least was mainly from Lady Q. Well, no, that was from my point of view. That was a couple of months ago. Well, yeah, no, it's been a bit.
It has been.
I would expected things of other stuff to have changed out here in the area here.
We are trying to keep everything as close to how it used to be.
You know what? That's
In
fair.
memory of Frieza.
Yeah, no, I figured the moment you said that, I caught on what you were trying to get at. I wonder if some of those notes are still here. Well, no, actually, no, those notes are probably best not to be remembered.
If anything, most of the things are stored in there, so if you
Yeah,
need to
no.
look for anything.
I have zero desire to look back into into some of those notes. I don't suppose some of the buildings who are using which what was shifted around yet?
We have quite a few people now that live here in Heaven's Region.
Mm-hmm.
A couple houses are actually used. After a long time of collecting dust, I suppose.
Oh.
I actually,
Thank
I
you.
live in yours.
Well, I'm glad it's getting some use in some capacity.
I chose it because you were the closest to me.
Hmm. Has she not made any other friends around here? Mm. Oh, It's one of those. I've never caught those. Um, the ones that kind of look like, I guess, like golems in some way. What are they called here?
Oh, the gardeners?
Gardeners. Okay, I was about to say guardians, but I felt like I was something wrong with that.
Our guardians are entirely made of ice.
Hmm.
The same ice that Riza utilized.
Hmm.
We are not really able to replicate it in any way, shape, or form, but
Hmm.
we still have what we have.
Hmm. Nice. I still haven't. Well, I don't know how much you picked on before. Yeah, no, I never got to bring it up to you, but um, I never got to figure out how to cast anything but black ice. Still, though, I think that's more of a problem with my biology more than anything. This is good.
Black ice.
Mm.
Thank you.
Actually, I forgot. Since you've been here for such a while, do you remember what um the the problem with black ice is? Well,
I do not.
um, the general concept behind black ice is, it's an ice. Yeah, it's sort of ice that was created with um, very strong negative emotion by the caster. It's not a normal thing that happens. Most cryomancers don't really pull that off very well. But mm, because of how my life is and whatnot, I seem to just kind of just generate natural black ice. And the biggest problem with that is that it doesn't melt. Like if there's hellfire, yeah, then it'll melt there. But or if someone can uh, dispel magic, it'll work there. But basically, if I want to do something like train, I'd have to make sure I have a garbage bag nearby to throw away the ice because I'm just creating biohazards. It's not good for the environment to have black ice around.
It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. It gets really annoying when I want to train, but it's whatever, I guess. What's an extra hour of preparation gonna do to me? You know?
Of course. Black ice. What does it look like?
Oh, well, under the right settings, it looks pretty. It looks rather pretty, actually. Um. Well, actually, do you know dispel magic? No, no. Why am I saying that? You're more biological. Yeah, if I knew someone around here that had dispel magic, I would cast it around here. But I'll pass on that.
All right.
Sorry, I'm still trying to think of if there is a way for me to still do that, but actually no. I just realized no. I have been finding a way to cast do ice-based things, but I've been using Ares's sword that she gifted me years ago. It's just basically kind of using the natural energy from it to kind of do cool ice techniques. Which reminds me, actually. Uh, you well, I'm assuming the energy I'm reading off of you is still electricity, right?
Most of it, yes.
Most of it, yeah. Uh, so, do you have any sort of like sort of weapon techniques that use the lightning, or is it simply just more of a natural? I'm gonna imbue an attack with lightning kind of thing.
Electricity has been part of my biology ever since I was born,
Mm-hmm.
naturally flowing through my veins. everything I've ever known from the start.
Hmm. Well, yeah, but
Where magic confused me, electricity gave me a sense of understanding.
well, well, the question is that, like, I'm assuming you did, but like, have you learned any sort of? When I mean techniques, I don't mean like a magical ability or anything like that. I mean just sort of like, just simply just um, figuring out how to manipulate what you've got to perform something. Uh,
Of
like for
course,
example, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I do it on a daily basis, Patty.
Gotcha. Uh, mm, actually, I'm trying to figure out how I want to ask what I want to ask here, but uh, actually, I don't really know what's the best. I feel like the more I want to ask this question, the more I know the answer. Uh, that sword that Ares gifted me, it's not really doesn't really conduct electricity very well. So in situations where I want to redirect lightning that's thrown at me, which I don't know if you've experienced something like that before. Um, it's not an easy thing to do. Like especially like redirecting electricity. I mean like raw electricity, not like magical electricity. Um, I can't really do it too well with that sword specifically, and I suppose the true answer here is just don't do it with that sword. Uh,
I suppose that is the answer, yes. I myself am the catalyst for electricity, so whenever electricity comes my way, I naturally can absorb it and redirect it as well, depending if it is indeed positive electricity.
oh, okay. So even if I got a general technique from you in that regards, it wouldn't really help for all electric types, and I wouldn't be able to tell which is positive or negative. Like I still can't really.
Depends on your catalyst.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Okay, that makes
I am only
sense.
attuned to positive.
Okay. Sorry, Calypso. I'm taking another look at you and just like, I just feel like, such a child around you.
Patty.
To be fair, that's the general feeling I get, anyways. Because I've seen other people. I've seen other people that I've been basically growing alongside with, and I don't know. There's a sort of sense of like just kind of growing up, and I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm like a proper adult, but I guess it has something to do with the fact that I kind of was already doing adult stuff when I was younger. So, which I guess kind of lowers my bits.
Do you know what the height difference means for me?
Mm.
It makes me remember things.
Mm.
Nice things.
Oh. I was worried it was bad, negative things there, but yeah, it's good to hear it's nice things.
Oh no, it definitely reminds me of the time where I was very simple-minded, and you were one of the only people to come up to me, spend time with me, try to give me comfort. And back then, you were already more of an adult than I could have ever thought I would be. But yet, I was twice your size. Quite ironic, isn't it?
I don't know how ironic it is for me. In a way, it's kind of been sort of the same thing with like I've always been smaller than everyone. That's right. You never got to see me when I was actually like this tall. So in a way, this isn't too different. But I'm actually I was about to say something else, but did you ever get to learn the other holidays of the year?
I learned quite a lot of them, yes.
Okay. Uh,
We
I,
even had some of them here in Heaven's Reach.
oh,
It was
really?
nice.
Well, I figured you guys would
I,
have developed your own. Well, maybe not so much as developed, but probably have adapted some of Breeze's culture's holidays here.
a couple. I do specifically remember when it was Christmas. Orion, he carried a large tree through Dragonspire into the door to Heaven's Reach. And
Uh,
then out of nowhere, one night, we had a giant decorated Christmas tree in the center. And he was so happy. He
you know,
was so incredibly happy about it.
someone like him, I'd expect he'd probably get the biggest tree, and that leaves me going like, how did he even get the tree inside here through those doors?
That was the question. We had no idea.
Um, you're I don't know how to start this part, but I've noticed that's. I mean, I know people change over time, but I your scent feels different. I guess maybe I'm just like not used to um, the smell that bioelectricity gives off, but um, I don't know how to say this. It's just if I didn't see you, I wouldn't have recognized you. I guess, or heard you. I guess even hearing you is like I said, you sound more like your mom.
It's quite shocking to hear, Patty, but it is inevitably something that I came to accept.
Oh,
Come sit with me.
what? That you're trying to accept the fact that you're gonna sound like your mom?
No, no, it's not it. For the longest time, I held on to things like you, my father, JC, my mother, everyone around me, the cafe, the casino.
Hmm.
My childhood. Going to school. Living. I held on to it so tightly. I didn't want anything to change. Ever. time effectively just stopped for me in my head. Never progressing, never changing. But there were sides of me that I also did not like. I was doubtful, scared, shy, hesitant, so hesitant. But the sides of me that I do enjoy are my joyfulness, my kindness, my compassion. Those are attributes of myself that I wouldn't give away for anything in this world. But I have to change at some point. We all do. It's inevitable. Time goes on. And so do we. Until one day we are no more. But I had something. I had a gift. Back then, when Athena conjured the storm, when everything was in disarray and chaos, I attempted everything in my power to stop her. My father, I went to him and I asked for aid. What could I do? What could I possibly do? I'm not as strong as her. Truth is, I always was stronger than her. I just didn't believe it.
I had the feeling that was the case. I was a bit sad when I saw you for a brief moment. You basically admitted that you had to let Athena handle things. I was a little bit sad about that. Granted, I can't expect everyone to be able to find the courage in themselves, at any given moment, but I assume... I assume you got over that sort of hesitation now.
I have, but it was a long route. And I can only appreciate how much you and everyone else had believed in me more than I could believe in myself.
How long did it take you to realize how much faith we had in you?
"10 years. When that discourse happened, when everything was in chaos, I went to my father for aid. And he gave me a gift. He gave me some of his blood. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do. I didn't think I was strong enough to stop her. I took it. And then later I heard voices in my head whispering things to me. I tried to ignore them. I did ignore them. But they grew louder. And then slowly they told me secrets. Secrets that I didn't understand at first at all. And then it happened. I started to grasp, started to listen. I didn't know what it was, didn't think anything of it any further. And then it naturally happened. I stopped my own progress. I prevented myself from growing up. And for years to come, I saw Athena growing over my head. But I stayed the same for years. Mentally, physically. And everyone around me tried to help me. But let's face it, you can't help somebody who can't help themselves. It was after 10 years. 10 years in Heaven's Reach, where I understood what my father had actually given to me. And I have understood, through the teachings of Master David, he's like a father to me today. That change is a natural course of life. No longer should I hold on to the past, so much so that I would never change.
I suppose no one's ever pointed out to you that sharks can't really stay in one place. Stagnation hurts them. So,
That's true.
yeah. It's nice to be, recognizing the past. It's nice to learn from the past, but to be stuck in the past, that's where the problems come in. For a lot of things. Like, there's a thing in many Eastern teachings, at least in my on Earth, that's stagnation, or rather pools of water that doesn't have any flow. It represents death, stagnation, no progress. But rivers, waterfalls, they all flow. They represent purity. They represent health, change. It sounds like you finally picked up on that. Granted, I don't think that's you being who you were back then was a detriment to everyone else, but for your own soul, I'm glad you allowed yourself to grow up a bit.
Truth be told, Patty, I had a moment of no return.
What do you mean by that?
Sooner or later, you will find out anyway, so I figure I'm gonna tell you now. I had made a very bad decision in the past. And that point of no return opened my eyes.
Is that the reason why you smell this different?
No.
No?
That's the gift of my father.
Okay.
That's the nature of who he was.
Oh.
A vampire.
I... I thought he'd... Oh. I always thought that was simply just a rumored thing.
It's true. The sample of his blood that he gave to me were completely cleansed from all the other things roaming in his body. He knew I would come for help.
I see. I will say...
That decision...
Oh, go ahead.
There was a time in Heaven's Reach where I was desperate and I didn't understand what was going on. How I could help. How could I make myself useful? David, he couldn't do anything. He was gone, mentally. His body was still here, but I don't know where he was. And the Ravens wanted to come here. And they had Ethereal. There was one Raven. It was brought up during a meeting that I hadn't met, but he promised something. He promised that if somebody would kill Nomad, he would stop the Ravens from pursuing getting into Heaven's Reach. And I listened to the words of temptation. I went into some misty woods, a location that was described to me during that meeting, and I met the Raven. For some reason, I also felt a deep hatred for Nomad, and I didn't know why. I still do not. But when I talked to the Raven, he promised me with everything that he had that he would stop the Ravens from pursuing this plan if I would take him out. So I conducted a test. I lured Nomad into Demon's Bane Layer 2. And when he wasn't looking, I fried him to death. I had the blood of a fellow champion on my hands, on my clothes, in my face. I killed. I who would never hurt a fly, killed an ally in cold blood. That's when I started to reflect. That's when I understood that change is inevitable. And that's when I started to understand that if I don't do something, I'm going to turn into the monster that I never wanted to be. I remember you standing in front of me, and you asked me why I'm so sad, even though I'm so tall and grown up. And I said, I quote, "It's been a really long time. 'Cause I'm dangerous, Patty." That's what I said to you. I was scared of myself. And I was scared of myself that day, certainly. I had never thought that I could do such a thing, such an evil thing. And then, still full of temptation, I lured him to Exodysia, and I tried to do it for real. And I failed. Thank the gods. And then I swore myself silence until the day where I would be able to redeem myself in my own head. I spent an entire year in Heaven's Reach without saying a word, without ever leaving Rhesus Island. I had betrayed everyone that day. You, Riza, Q, David. And the truth is, I will never be able to redeem myself. It's an unforgivable fact. But I can do better.
It's the most important thing right there. You can do better.
And so I ripped the band-aid off and the chains, which I was holding myself in place with. And now I'm here. An adult. A shark. A vampire, whatever you may call me. A friend. I missed you.
I don't have sort of a crazy story to be saying in my part. I really wasn't expecting something like that from you. When you said, when you're implying stuff about changes, I didn't expect something like this. To be honest, like, what you said there, I don't know how to say this. It's not truly. It's surprising, but it's not completely unexpected. Like, I'm not saying that I would expect it from you. I just mean from others that I know, including myself. There is someone like myself. There is a high possibility that I can screw up. I can go off the deep end. Thankfully, I've got my girlfriend who's very insistent on making sure that I don't go off the deep end, but it's still a fear that I have. And I try to do what I can to, I guess, not let myself get lured in by, I guess, the sort of temptations of doing whatever it takes to protect people. Like, I want to protect people, I want to save people, but there is certain limits, there's certain walls you should never break. Because at that point, you're hurting people by protecting them. And I never want people to learn the lesson that you did. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I mean, I know you said it helped you grow up or be a catalyst for that sort of stuff, but It could have been something else, you know? Sorry, don't mind me. It's just that it's something that happened in the past. It's not. I know it's not something to be dwelling on. But it's hard to push away that kind of worry. Because for me, at least, because it's the thing I see every so often. I can't, and people can't use me as an example.
It's exactly that. Exactly that I was missing so much. You may not see it, but I know of nobody that talks the way you do.
I can't tell if that's a good thing or not.
It's a good thing for me. It also brings me far back because we haven't seen each other in such a long time. And it feels good. It feels so good.
Longer for you, I guess. I do miss you too.
I hope everything at home is going alright.
Well, it depends on what point of view you look at it, to be honest. I mean, I'm happy with my home. It's just, if you ask other certain people, they might have a certain reaction to hearing that there's like 5 different groups, maybe a little bit more than 5 different groups of people who want to do harm to either myself or some member of my family. And they have a group of people, maybe even a small army that they're willing to throw at us. It's I gotta spend time doing research, making sure that I'm on top of things, making sure that I don't see any forecasts of those people coming our way. But I've been trying to do what I can to make sure that my family, and when I mean family, I mean also 3 kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. It was circumstances. It wasn't like we decided upon it. It just kind of came to be. And yeah, 3 kids to be making sure that they get to have a proper childhood. Unfortunately, the oldest one, you might say I kind of failed with trying to ensure they have a proper childhood, but um, I'm doing my best to let them enjoy as much as they can while they have their head halfway in the adult's world. It's it's not easy at all. I don't know if you'll be ever having a kid to raise of your own. Which, by the way, I'm just throwing it out here. Don't jump into it as soon as you can. Just wait. Don't wait before becoming like a parent. It's I mean, I love my kids, but it really does change up a lot.
Well, I don't think you have to tell me that, Patty. I've been very patient so far. And there's also the fact that I don't really know anyone of the male category of my own species.
Well, when I mean stuff about circumstances, um, none of the kids that I have are biologically connected to me.
Adoption.
Yeah. Well, maybe the third one was a little bit more unique, I guess you might say. There was a homunculus body was trying to be built to help my girlfriend's um, guardian spirit, give him a body. Unfortunately, they kind of screwed up, and well, that body was born with a soul. So that's probably the closest one you could say that might be biologically linked to me, because my magic is kind of also flowing into them. Sort of. It's complicated. I don't. I'm not gonna bore you with those details. It's just it's really complicated. But
But do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy your life right now?
Yeah, I do. Even with all the bumps here and there, I do enjoy it. The only thing I'd ever say is just that, I wish the circumstances was different. I wish those kids were around a little bit later so that I'd have a much more stable environment. You know, but I'm doing what I can with what I have. And thankfully, my partner is also. They they've been working hard too as well on their part.
And that's all we can do, really. Our best.
Yeah, yeah. It does. It does put me in this weird situation where I've had someone I don't really talk too much. I'll have like a brunch with them every so often, but I've had someone talk to me that like tell me that Patty, you're someone who with a lot of potential, and there's so many lives you can be saving, and I need to be doing more training and stuff like that, and I get that, but the problem is that I'm also a mother. What the person's suggesting is for me to basically put my children, put my family on the shelf, just to keep training. It's not an easy thing to explain to people. Heck, I don't think I can probably explain to some people around here. That the life that like I work for a magic shop. I work for um, I do modeling, and I do work for a TV show. Like a lot of this stuff is stuff that doesn't really go towards getting stronger and being able to protect the world and whatnot. But I want to make sure that I protect my world, my little world. And that's
And you have every right to.
Yeah.
But I also know sacrifice.
Yeah.
I have left everything behind to be here. I have nothing left. Even Athena I haven't seen in 5 years.
Wow. Yeah, this place wouldn't really match your vibe. I haven't really heard much from Athena aside from maybe just some, I guess, a random mention of them when I was around Kane, but unfortunately I still haven't really figured out how to fix things between me and Kane. So
I heard things about Athena. And I've been active outside. Because this time, I'm going to stop her. She's on a path of destroying herself. And she's my family. I can't accept that happening. Just like my father, she's on a path of constant revenge. Battle after battle, fight after fight.
Lashing out against
One
anyone
day
who's
it
done it
just
wrong.
has to stop. I've been trying to find her for the past couple of months without success. But, surprisingly, I have found a place with people that all said nothing but good about her. And it surprised me.
Yes.
Because no matter where I went, especially in a city like Zafira, everyone who mentioned her name was filled with hatred. So she's must have done some good things. Well, I haven't seen her. But she's driving it too far. Just like father. And he's gone. I don't know where he is. But I know one thing. He will come back and seek revenge.
I'm not surprised that she would have eventually found somewhere that would have been talking positively of her. She had, I mean, I saw the potential a long time ago when she was trying to sort of create her own place, her own home in the ocean long ago. I just wish that she wasn't so filled with anger. But I mean, I suppose that's sort of just the natural thing with just how, how she sparked off of you.
I agree and disagree. I believe part of that is also the path of temptation. And the path of temptation is just so incredibly dangerous. If you give in, you can lose yourself entirely.
So, this is less anger but more temptation?
Yes, I believe so.
Huh. Temptation.
What I think.
What? Just getting back at the world? Or
What I think is that ever since we've been small and then grown back up, all she wanted to do was protect me every step on the way. I want to make her understand that today it's not necessary anymore.
like, wait. So she's trying to make the world a place where you're safe in.
I believe so, and her fellow people.
That is what I was referring to when I was talking a while ago about someone like myself doing things for the sake of protecting but going too far.
On top of that, she's just dealing with a very intimidatingly dangerous individual. His name is Lenaro. I've met him once. We've invited him to the Reach so I could talk to him. 5 years ago, I also tried to find Athena. He wouldn't want to tell me anything, but I could feel his intimidating aura. I was scared. Very scared. And she's hunting him.
I haven't heard that name in a while. There is a lot of people who want to hunt him down, who want to destroy him, dismantle him. I'm not surprised that they somehow besmirched her in some way. Well, I guess at this point, with what you said, it's either, she wants to get back at him, or she wants to make sure that you don't have to worry about him.
That's why I want to find her. I want to find her before it's too late.
Tell her that you don't need to be going out doing these dangerous things, right?
I want to take her back to the Reach. I want to remind her of the promise that we made each other when we were children.
What was that promise?
That we'd always stay together.
You might have to kind of carve out a little bit more of an exciting area out of here if you want to keep her around.
I have plans. First I want to... And I have a feeling we are close. I want to finish this. I want to finish... the unfortunate and tragic story of the Tower of Champions. All these poor souls that lost their lives in that tower were bound to it for eternity. And now come out. And they have already given in to the path of temptation. A lot of them were following another raven that meant nothing but ill will, because she made empty promises that she could make all their wishes come true. And they deserve rest. We all here agree. They're old. Way older than anyone that I know. And tired.
They've done their penance. For those who've done wrong, they've done their penance. That was. Did anyone tell you what the general plan for the what we were trying to go? At least, those of us who are wanting to work together in regards to to what we want to get up there. Did anyone tell you?
I have learned a lot about the
plan.
Oh. The Champions General. You, Higgs, and everyone else. Because Ethereal and I, we had to catch up quite a bit, you know.
So I apologize if any of the stuff that you learned from certain about certain champions kind of didn't make them seem as cool in the end.
I only learned what I had to learn.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Yep.
But as far as I remember, the agreement on all sides was to Wish for all ravens to find rest, including Riza, and the tower finally to disappear.
Yep.
We all share the same sentiment, even the vanguards. We actually made a new ally.
Did you?
A raven by the name of Dokomo came to, well, the other side of the portal, seeking for aid. She's here now, and she's willing to help us.
Apologies for my paranoia, but there's no certain. Is there certainty that they're not simply just feeding back information?
That's a very responsible thought. But she put herself at risk before we let her in. She protected my comrades from ravens that were intruding. Some of them were even killed by our allies. And even by Dokomo herself. And there's one thing that I can never forget about her. There was a time where I was lost in the in-between while I was a child. I'm pretty sure you remember.
Yeah.
'Cause you've seen me.
Were they?
Dokomo was by my side every single step of the way and taking care of me. She even threatened every other raven that if they would harm me, she would rip them limb by limb. I believe she's good. I want to believe she's good.
As Lady Q may say, I may have heard the story before, and I hope this is a story between you and Dokomo. I hope it. Well, I hope that story sticks.
I hope so too. Despite all that, I want you to know, Patty, that I, so far, had an incredible life here. I have, just as promised, made so many new memories. I let go of the old ones. And I was happy generally. I've gotten a new family around me and a new purpose. I never felt like I had purpose. Even back then at the cafe, it was just something I told myself to do. But I have purpose now. And after all of this is over, I'll work on my sister. And perhaps we can become one again. But this time, actually one. Wishful thinking. I'm already looking into the future.
Don't get too lost in that in the future thoughts, though.
I have no time to.
That's good. Just as just as much as it's not good to be stuck in the past. Can't be constantly thinking about the future instead of worrying about the now.
I am constantly in the now. Especially right now, I'm enjoying myself pleasantly.
Sounds like you're certainly doing, even despite all the hardships. It sounds like at least now you're doing far better than a lot of people that I know.
I hope they'll be well as well.
I certainly hope so too, as well. I definitely don't match you in terms of stuff. I guess exciting things to say. Not at all. But then again, exciting. I'm not really sure. Exciting is the best way to label, emotional pain that you have endured. Uh,
I wonder if you actually understand that just you being here awakened some real big core memories of mine.
I can. I guess I can see that. It just. It it doesn't like fully like I'm not really fully. What's the word I'm looking for here? It's not sinking in. I guess like. So, in my heart, I don't feel like I'm doing much of anything. But in my brain, I know I'm affecting something. I'm affecting, making me feel something. I know in my head, the logic that is there. But in my heart, it's just, it's not following.
That makes us so similar. It's what I thought the entire time. What am I doing? I've done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many people that absolutely enjoyed that I just brought kindness. The one thing that was so rare within our world nowadays. Just being kind. That was already enough for everyone around me. But it wasn't for me. And just you being here, just taking a day to spend time with a good old friend, that's enough for me. That's all I needed. That's all I wanted.
I'm I'm glad to hear those words.
Maybe we have different paths nowadays. Maybe these paths don't cross too often anymore, but I will never cease to think of you.
I appreciate that. And I can say, without lying here, just same goes. Maybe there might be some long period of time that I may not like say your name or think of your name, but every so often, just kind of just remember. Maybe a mask, a specific type of mask design might remind me, the mask I used to wear, or something about your the patterns of your dresses back then, or maybe just simply just the I guess your chipper attitude back then. I will have to adapt now that you're a little bit more, like I said, you're much more soft spoken like your mother. So I don't know, I assume you didn't acquire her anger, did you? Rather, like the sort of the power behind the anger, not so much as being angry.
I'm not sure how much I've gotten from my mother, but I've gotten a lot from my father. And it is quite powerful.
Truth be told, I think I'd rather take your mother's potential for explosive anger rather than the cold, calculating anger that your dad has.
Trust me, Patty, I am nothing like my father. But I will always appreciate the way he tried to be a father to me. I just later came to find out that oftentimes he would lie to me to keep me safe. But if I could have had asked for the truth, I would have preferred that.
You know, that stuff has also kind of influenced how I take care of my kids. The truth is some of the most difficult things. Telling the truth is something that's so difficult to tell someone you care about. It's like there's so many times where something has come up, something uncomfortable that I don't want to tell my kids. And I'd much rather like move an entire mountain than tell them the truth. But I try to make sure that I do, at least in some way. You know, hell, even I still even have trouble just trying to talk about certain things that's even just close to us, like someone the other year passed away. There was someone that was really close to our family, but they did a horrible, horrible thing when they died. And I want to not tell them that he did such a horrible thing, but like, you know, I much prefer to keep the positive memories. But the problem is, it's a little too important to know what he did. And it just sucks, you know? Just like having to figure out something to do with that truth, or just any other truth. Like I've been saying, I'm talking in circles at this point, but just it's so difficult, and I hate the fact that that's how I understand your dad a little bit more, with how difficult it is to tell people the truth, especially when you know that telling someone the truth might get a specific reaction, a reaction that's going to put someone in trouble, in danger.
You're right. It can definitely also go both ways. While it is difficult to tell the truth at times, it can also be difficult to listen and accept. Your kids might actually at some point not accept what you're telling them, even though it is the truth.
The oldest one, the one that's kind of more dipped in the adult world, yeah, no, they do that plenty of times. We've had a lot of times where we're kind of butting heads, so to speak. It just sucks that they have learned a lot the hard way. A lot of the stuff that I've been trying to protect them from. So, yeah, I'm already experiencing that, where they don't want to accept that. Though, truth be told, I don't want my kids to be as cynical as I am, or as paranoid as I am. I want them to be more looking forward to the world more than I do. Like, you know, hey, yeah, there's bad stuff, but I want them to be able to bring a better attitude to something. You know, there's.
I understand. Make sure of one thing, though,
What?
Patty. And that's a suggestion. But I have a lot of experience in this field. Make sure, despite the things that you wish for your children, to sometimes ask what they want.
Ah. I do that a lot. I always. No matter how many times I may say no in the beginning, I do try to find a way. Where can I meet them in the middle? Or, if it's something that, I know that they want and I'm fine with, hey, yeah, I'll ask them. But, like, if I'm worried about something, I try to see what is it they want from it in the end. And maybe we find a way to work together.
Very good. I like the new life that you have started. I like hearing about it. Mine's not that bad either.
Yours is, I'd say, yours is more interesting. Mine is just like boring stuff.
Oh, boring.
Yeah.
I think I would actually, at some point, really enjoy to have, to create my own offspring.
Actually, you reminded me. Remember what I said about about how I said I had like a brunch with like someone that says I'm kind of like wasting my potential in terms of like getting stronger to protect people. The I've been doing some work for a TV show. That the TV show is actually it's a show that involves like superheroes, a group of superheroes working together to fight evil and stuff like that. And well, it's a kids show, and in a way, I guess I'm contributing to giving kids hope. I know it's just a TV show, but a lot of things can influence kids. A lot. And I just hope that, whether it's just simply just a minor role that I'm playing or doing some stunt work, that it'll eventually just lead to, maybe just one other kid that, instead of just like, just walking down the street, just kind of minding their own business, they turn their head and they see an old lady that needs help across the street, and they go like, hey, you know what? That show told me to be nice to old people, or be nice to everyone else. Let me go help that person out. That sort of thing.
A change.
Just small change for the better for everyone. That's what I want to believe that I'm helping with. Just simply just my mundane things. With just doing something for a TV show. I hope that will eventually reach its way like that. The big hope, though.
I like it. You're doing good.
I hope so. I hope all goes well with you and your sister. No one. Well, I know you're not alone. I know that she's not alone. But I understand that there's still a sort of loneliness that can still develop, that still persists, even though you're surrounded by friends. This loneliness caused by just not being with, like, your family. Like, another side of you. And I hope you to find can fix that loneliness in the future. Near future.
Thank you. I think we can work it out. Just a matter of time.
Yeah.
For now, I have to focus on my allies and the things that we need to do. We already have some plans, so we're probably going to be advancing very soon. And it might be dangerous. But we're well trained and we got each other's backs. Thank you so much, Petty, for coming today.
It's my pleasure.
It was mine certainly too.
Let's remember to bring some kind of a parting gift here. The last time I left something behind was more of a memorial type of thing. Oh no, I'm getting annoyed at the fact that you're still. You have to lean over to hug me. Yeah, maybe I should come in here with I should come here with my business outfit just so I can at least be a little bit taller in my high heels.
I would actually like to give something to you.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's nothing big, but a small thing to remember occasionally that we had this talk.
Well, I'm not gonna say no to that. I haven't. I guess I haven't told you, but I have problems with object permanence. It gets harder for me to. It gets harder for me to see things if I don't have something to look at. It's it's a problem I have. I wish I can get over it, but I typically have a much harder problem with letting things go or people leaving my life because I can't remember them well enough. But I wouldn't mind having something from you to make it look just a little bit easier. Oh.
I would like to give you one of the petals from my roses.
It's a really pretty weapon. Thank you.
Small but big impact. Just like you.
Yeah, yeah, I knew where that was going. I knew where that was going. Thank you.
You're welcome. I can see you out if you would like.
I feel like it's gonna make it harder to leave. I I mean, I know you're not gonna, you wouldn't be bothered too much by that, but, um, let's just say that the connections I've made, uh, makes, makes being in a place like this looks a little bit more, a little bit more trickier for myself. I would still like you to see me off, though. Please see me off. Make sure that I get to actually walk through the door.
Oh, Patty, trust me, you don't want to stay here. It's a place filled with old men. They talk about old times all the time.
Yeah, that's another reason why.
All the stories that I've heard by now. The lichens trying to steal your food and all the little tricks that they're playing. The gardeners being very loud at times and doing crazy things. And all the other shenanigans happening on a daily basis. No, I think you're better off outside of Heaven's Reach.
Well, I'm very much, how do you say this? I'm very much a city person. I mean, I definitely don't mind this setting from time to time, but I've actually because I couldn't really take pictures. At least back then. I don't know if things have changed, but I did try to kind of sketch out stuff from my memories.
No, that factor is still the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to soak in soak in what I see here. Just like I said, I've sketched out what I've seen here, just so I can show it to my partner.
Oh.
Hmm?
Before you go, would you like to pay respects?
Yeah, I would actually. It's
Then let's go.
just don't well, I mean, it's up to you. You can say if I stop by or not, but I prefer to kind of keep it quiet whether or not I stop by here. I don't want I don't want to be bringing up people's hopes.
Don't worry. I think the fact that you've been here today, unless somebody saw you, will be my little secret.
I appreciate that. Actually, let me see. We'll put this inside the bag. Okay, let me see where I put this inside of. There we go. I assume you guys like the look of the ivies or the stuff growing around the well itself. Whoa, whoa. I jumped out a little too much force.
It's been said that It's been said that Riza will return. But I don't know how much I can believe it right now. Not until I see it.
When they say return, they mean like reincarnation? Or the actual reason that when you...
The one that was here will come back to Heaven's Reach.
What?
That's what Niku Hasaki said.
How?
Well, I already know about ravens being dragged back to the tower once they die. But I'm just not sure how... I'm not sure how she would find her way back here.
I mean, I would have expected that. Like, well, actually, I never got to ask this, but like, ravens that are, I guess, stored and sent back, doesn't whatever they've learned then, like, it's gone?
We were told that she did not lose her memories, but like I've said before, I do not want to be naive and childish anymore, so I see everything with a little bit of a grain of salt.
Yep, there's a similarity right there again. I often tell people that, like, no, I don't think it's gonna be happening or whatever. I'll say something cynical, but I can't really hide that I'm actually hoping.
I'm hoping to, but the one part that
Yeah.
also is in the back of my head is that, well, I learned everything about your guys' story and what you have done and the day when you met Riza, and I know about Umbra and the portal that Riza was trapped inside. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't know if anyone ever told you, but the one part that makes me personally feel like she's still here is that Q and Master David, they turned her body into ice. This is not a statue.
Oh.
This is her. And it's just incredible for me to see and inspirational that she passed away with a smile on her face.
That would be like her to do so, isn't it?
It's a strong message, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like, you saw I was hesitating coming here, right?
Of course.
I feel like I can't walk away without a smile, looking at hers.
I think that's what you would want, for us to smile. Truth be told, when it happened, when the day came, I could do nothing but cry. But I think I get the message now, and I'm smiling a lot more.
thank you for bringing me down here. I
Of course.
I don't think I would have come here by myself.
I already know that, Petty. You and I, we talked so much in the past. You told me so many things about yourself. I never forgot.
Well, you mean you never forgot, at least from the time on that after you were forced to forget.
Yes. Yes.
You know, for an area like this that looks, I guess, gives off the feeling of that's supposed to be kind of cool. Like, like warmth versus coolness. Everything here feels like it's supposed to be cold or just cool. Walking away from the memorial, it leaves me with a lingering warmth rather, offsetting this, all of this, to be honest.
Yeah. I can feel that.
Mm.
You know,
Hmm?
I think sometime when I get the opportunity again,
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to chat with you some more. And I think that time, I would love to hear about your days as a champion.
I'm not sure what else I'd be saying any more than what you may have heard from some of the others. It was a good amount of time sort of butting heads with some of the others. Unfortunately.
I'm sure there are a couple of things that you're able to tell that even they didn't know.
I suppose maybe. Oh. I still have not. That does remind me that I still haven't forgotten the reminder that Nessel gave me long ago, reminding me that I need to be breathing through my nose, not through my mouth. It's one of the most important things. It's one of the most important things in, well, especially when you're fighting, doing any sort of exertional sort of stuff, because you get far more tired. Regardless, though, it's good seeing you.
It was. Thank you so much. And if you see some of our mutual friends, Perhaps you can say that I'm doing okay.
Yeah, will do. The rose petal, is it going to, do I need to store it carefully, or?
You can store it wherever you would like.
Okay. Oh,
Safe travels, old friend.
I am fine with you mentioning to Lady Q that I did stop by at the very least, though. Although I'm pretty sure they have a feeling that I did. Actually, no, I don't know if they might be distracted at the moment. Not really sure, but um, I'll see you later. I'll see you someday down the road.
I'll be looking forward to that day.
Yeah, yeet.